Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today we're taking a look at a product I actually wasn't going to purchase, but it came up at a really good price on Wex Photographics, so I thought I would buy it, see what I think of it. And you know what, I've had it, well, just over a day, and it does things that I was hoping it would, but I couldn't find any reviews online about, you know, whether it would do it. And I'm talking about the little DJI Pocket 3. Now, I already own the DJI Pocket 2, but this is a vast upgrade to the DJI Pocket 2. Not just because of its 1-inch sensor that everyone's talking about, but primarily because the two functions, which is great for me. Obviously the image quality is lovely. Now I'll show you some clips I've taken with this particular camera. I've only had it a short time, but it is stable. Obviously it's got a built-in gimbal. It's not an action camera because I'd be afraid of damaging the gimbal, but it is a great camera for stabilization if you're walking around or you just want to get some nice steady shots. And the bigger screen is great for my eyesight. It's all touch screen. We all know there's loads of reviews online about this particular camera. I will be going more in depth as I use it more, but the one thing that I have discovered that I didn't know, I wasn't 100% sure if it would do it. It has got continuous recording. There isn't that 30-minute record limit. It'll keep on going, so either it overheats, and I've not been able to get it to overheat as yet, or the card fills up or the battery runs out. But the other thing that I've noticed with it, it does have USB-C power delivery. So when I'm working in the studio here, it's great. You can run it off USB power supply, which I've done this morning with 2 other videos, and it's run constantly. And I tested it yesterday and it does run for longer than 30 minutes. So great for use in the studio here. It's a great content creation camera, even if you're not using it as a gimbal style camera. I had it set to face tracking, so it would follow me around, and I think that is great here in the studio as I move around to pick stuff up to demonstrate or whatever. I think it's great for that. Obviously it's got the 2-inch screen. Normally when you rotate this screen it will turn itself off. I've got that function disabled because yesterday when I was going out taking some photographs, I'll show you some photographs actually on my computer here, because this is the other thing that has really surprised me about this little camera. But as I was taking some photographs, it annoyed me every time I flipped it to take a a horizontal shot rather than vertical. No, a vertical shot as opposed to a horizontal shot, portrait shot basically. It turned itself off. And it was really annoying me, so I've disabled that feature. And I think this is wonderful because normally with a conventional style camera, you have to turn it like that, don't you? You know, to be able to take, you know, a portrait style picture. But you don't need to with this. All you've got to do is flip it. And then if I'm taking photographs, I can then just hit the, well, it's the red record button, but when you've got it in photo mode, that will take an image. So I love it from that point of view. And it's great that you can just turn it around for your horizontal images. The other thing that I really do like about it is it's great for if you're into TikTok. I'm not into TikTok at all. But if you're into doing short content videos on YouTube or TikTok, it's great that you can just rotate it and then you can carry on doing your filming, and it creates that aspect ratio, which is the correct aspect ratio for TikTok or YouTube Shorts. So brilliant for that. Battery life is great. I've not had any real issues with battery life. I purchased the content creation kit. I'll go through with you what comes with that in just a moment, but I bought the content creation kit again because this whole kit was a fantastic price. It was silly not to, in fact the price of this whole kit was the same price as it would have been if I just bought the one, you know, the base model. So yeah, fantastic for that. I don't like the fact there's a notification that pops up whenever you do anything, and it covers aspects of the screen. It covers up the record mode, so it tells, so for a second or two you don't know if it's recording, and I find that really annoying. I wish there was a way of disabling that. There might be, but I haven't found that as yet. But I love its compact size, I love its form factor, but again, using it here in the studio, I love the fact that I can set it to face tracking, that'll follow me. I can use this as an additional angle and then mix that in with all my other angles. I think that is brilliant. And I love its design. So what I bought with it was obviously the camera itself came in the bag. It came in this lovely kit bag. Actually, this came with this as part of a content creation kit. Came with this, so everything slots inside there rather nicely. I think that is great. Comes with a wide angle magnetic lens, which I'm sure I'm going to lose. I haven't used it yet, but that just literally fits onto the actual gimbal. I think it's a 20mm lens that's built into it, so that's fine for your wide angle, your vlogging scenarios. But you can put this wide angle lens on. I think that takes it down to 16mm, I think, when you put this lens on. Yeah, so that works out great. The only thing is, when you turn the camera off, you have to take the filter off, which is really annoying. I find that a little bit annoying. You have to take that off to be able to lock this down, because what happens is the gimbal goes back into itself. So it's magnetically mounted. It goes back into itself to protect the camera. I think that is that's a nifty design, but it's a shame you have to take the filter off to be able to do that. But yeah, so it came with that filter, came with an extended battery block. That's got a USB-C port on it as well, for your data transfers and for charging, so that's really good. It came with this little block for mounting it to a tripod, because there is no tripod mount actually on the base unit. It's got the USB-C port on the bottom of the unit, so to be able to mount a tripod you do have to put that on. But even with a base unit, it comes with that, so you will be able to mount it on a tripod, even if you don't buy the Creator Combo kit. But that is really good, and that's really good firm click in there. And then you just I keep thinking it's these little clips here that take it off. It isn't. It's the clip on the front that takes it off. That comes off easy enough. And then it comes with a little magnet, so if you want to put the microphone, which I'll show you in just a minute, you can hide the microphone you know, behind some clothing by just using this little magnet. The microphone is the DJI Wireless 2. Great little wireless microphone. Not used it yet. I say it's great. I've not used it yet, but I like the design of it. And also, it's got 32-bit flow internal recording. Now, for me, that is going to be a brilliant thing, because you don't have to worry about setting audio levels, because it won't clip. So even if your recording levels are low, you can increase them without getting distortion. And same thing, if your recording levels are a bit high, you can bring the levels down without any distortion. So, and that's great. That's all internal. You've got the red record button on the side of the actual microphone, and this comes with the Creator Combo. So fantastic. And it comes with a windsock. And again, what I love, DJI have been thinking about this, and they've actually been listening to their customers. The other, most of the other manufacturers have got really fiddly ways, particularly Rode, of fitting their windsock onto their microphones. It's a simple little thing, but this is so easy. You've got your 3.5mm jack for putting a lavalier microphone in, and that's got a little lug there on the windsock, and that literally goes into that jack. So simple, but it's a tight fit. There's no way that's coming out. And then obviously you've got your clip for mounting it on your shirt, your jacket, whatever you might want to use it with. And it comes with a little mini tripod. Nothing exciting, but it's, you know, fine, good quality, you know, nothing wrong with that. So it comes with all of that, and that's that entire kit. But as I say, I'm loving the image quality. It is a 1-inch sensor in the actual gimbal, although I don't think it's using the entire area of that 1-inch sensor. But that's very similar to the Sony ZV-1, which I'm using here. I love my little ZV-1. I won't ever sell that. It's brilliant. But it's very similar to the ZV-1F. Also, my little Canon V1 I've got up there. Again, I got that at a really good price. And because it's got the 1-inch sensor, you get really, really nice quality. That's handling that flaring really well, isn't it? You can see the flaring coming in over here, and it's handling that really well. The audio is coming from the built-in mics. I haven't plugged the external mic in, or the wireless mic. It's basically built-in mics. It's sunny late afternoon here in the UK, so yeah, low sunlight coming down there. Obviously handheld gimbal. I really like it. Yeah, it's good. I haven't got any profile set up either. It's just the standard profile straight out the box. So let's just go around the fence here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's handling that bright sunlight really well. Dynamic range, I think, is great on this little 1-inch gimbal. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, Sammy. Sammy.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see.
Really, really handy little gimbal. It's got all sorts of functions the gimbal has. I've not played with any of those yet. I've only played with the tracking, and that's so easy to set up. You just double tap on my face when I'm looking at it, and then it will start tracking me. I find you have to do it a few times sometimes for it to actually activate, but yeah, brilliant. Yeah, what we'll do now is quickly look at some of these images. Now, it does shoot RAW and JPEG, and I think that is a big bonus there, because the little ZV-1F only shoots JPEG. Same with my little Canon V1, that only shoots JPEG. What I've got here are only JPEGs. I didn't have it set to RAW and JPEG when I first took it out yesterday afternoon. And they're only 9 megapixel, which was a concern for me because I thought they might be a bit poxy, but actually they're pretty decent. Even at 9 megapixel, color balance is good, definition is good, sharpness is good. I think if you need to take a camera out with you and you want to get some nice images, some nice decent images, I think they're going to be better than what you get from your mobile phone. I don't think you're going to have any issue with the fact that they're only 9 megapixel. Now, you won't want to be able to blow them up big or make large prints from them, or even crop them in a lot, because there isn't that, you know, with a 24 megapixel sensor, you've got that, you know, you've got more scope for cropping. But you know, general image quality, I think, is absolutely fine. You know, they're going to be sharp enough. Clarity is good. Look at the exposure. The exposure is really good. The dynamic range isn't that bad, even though it's only a 1-inch sensor. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Now, I will put, you know, these sample images and look at the you know, the dynamic range between the sky and the foreground is actually pretty good. And I love the clarity, the sharpness. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any issues. And then even with that image, you can see it's picked out the foreground, but it's thrown the background out of focus. Even with a 1-inch sensor, you still seem to be able to create that lovely effect. It's handling, it's also handling contrast really nicely when you're shooting into light. I thought it might really flare badly, but it doesn't seem to be too bad at all. What I'll do, I'll put these sample images up on my, even my SmugMug page or my Flickr page, so you can take a closer look at them there. And I will be taking a lot more images and doing a more in-depth review of this particular camera. But I wanted to get this video out today just so I can actually say that I'm really, really delighted with it, but I'm delighted that there is no video record limit, and you can power it via USB-C when I'm running it in the studio here. but I do love the face tracking. I think that is going to be the one feature that I'm going to be using, you know, on a regular basis. The A6700 has a similar sort of thing actually, and I haven't played with that yet. But if you put a wide angle lens, or you know, a fairly wide angle lens on the A6700 that I'm getting me wide shot here, then you can set it to like an active tracking mode, and it will crop into the sensor and follow me. It looks like there's a camera operator behind the camera, and that's the effect that this little DJI Pocket 3 creates as well. It looks like you've got a camera person behind the camera, but you haven't. You're a solo creator. And I think the more you can do like that, it just makes it look more professional and more interesting to watch rather than one static image. I do a multicam shoot for two major reasons. Well, there's three really, but two major ones. A, it's great for editing. So when I do cut and cut bits out, it doesn't look like, it looks like a continuous flow as opposed to me cutting scenes out. But secondly, I think it adds variety to the image. I find it boring watching a video where it's just one static shot and all you're looking at is one shot. I have had one or two people criticise me for using multicam cameras. Well, I'm going to carry on doing it because I enjoy doing it, and I think the vast majority of my audience do like the fact that I am cutting between different angles. So there we go. That's a quick look at the DJI Pocket 3. Not an in-depth look. There's many videos online that go into great detail, although I will be doing more videos about this particular camera. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please stay tuned to my channel. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. That really would be helpful. It does help the YouTube algorithm and it helps me grow the channel. So thanks very much. Cheers for now. Bye.